Attention all future international students. Police car light big changes are on the horizon for Canada's international student program in 2024. From stricter work permit rules to increased cost of living requirements, these updates will impact your plans and could change the way you approach studying in Canada. If you're planning to study there, or know someone who is, you absolutely can't afford to miss this video. Stay tuned, because we're breaking down everything you need to know, from new regulations to opportunities that could affect your future in Canada. Hey there, welcome back to Travel Tree. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss crucial updates like these. Today, we're diving into some game-changing updates to Canada's international student program in 2024. Whether you're already planning your Canadian adventure or just considering it, these changes will impact your journey. From new work permit eligibility criteria to financial requirements, and the latest application processes, this is the information you'll need to navigate 2024 smoothly. So, make sure to stick around until the end, and if you know someone who's planning to study in Canada, share this video to keep them informed. 1. Updated PGWP eligibility criteria. Let's start with the most important change, Post-Graduation Work Permit, PGWP, eligibility. If you're thinking of staying in Canada after graduation, pay attention. In January, IRCC made an announcement that dramatically alters PGWP eligibility. Students enrolled in programs with curriculum licensing agreements between private colleges and public institutions will no longer be eligible for PGWP. This change, initially set for September, was expedited to May 15. The goal? To ensure that only graduates from programs with public accountability can benefit from post-graduation work permits. That's not all, there's more good news for master's graduates. Starting February 15, anyone who completes a master's degree in Canada will be eligible for 3-year work permits, no matter the length of the program. This is a big deal for students in shorter programs, offering more time to gain valuable work experience. Additionally, language proficiency has now become a key requirement. By November 1, university graduates need a Canadian Language Benchmark, CLB, score of 7, and college grads need a score of 5. Another key change came in September. Graduates from certain college and vocational programs must have studied fields tied to long-term labor shortages like healthcare, STEM, trades, agriculture, and transport. So, be prepared if you're applying for study permits after November 1. 2. Increased cost of living requirements. For all international students, there's a significant change in the financial department. Starting January 1, the required funds to prove your ability to live in Canada during your studies have doubled. International students must now show $2,635 in available funds. This is in addition to tuition and travel costs. While this increase may raise some concerns, the Canadian government argues that it reflects the true financial demands of living in the country. It's crucial to show that you can fully support yourself while studying, so make sure you're prepared to meet this new requirement. 3. Closure of expedited study permit programs. In another major change, Canada has closed down the Student Direct Stream, SDS, and Nigeria Student Express, NSE, programs in November. These programs used to allow students from select countries like India, China, Pakistan, and Nigeria to fast-track their study permits. But now, the closure of these programs means that processing times will be longer, as resources are being focused on regular application streams. This change will impact a lot of prospective students, so make sure you plan accordingly. 4. Caps on study permit applications. In response to the overwhelming demand for study permits, the IRCC has introduced a cap on how many new study permits will be approved in 2024. The goal is to approve 360,000 new study permits, which is a 35% decrease from last year. But it doesn't stop there. The government plans to further reduce permits by 10% in 2025. If you're applying, you'll also need a provincial attestation letter, PAL, which confirms that your admission has been vetted by a province or territory. Initially, this requirement didn't apply to master's or PhD students, but by September, even these students will need a PAL. Keep this in mind as you prepare your application. 5. Stricter rules for changing schools. This year, Canada has introduced new rules for international students who want to switch schools. Before, students could simply update their IRCC accounts, but now, you'll need to apply for a new study permit whenever you transfer institutions. This is crucial for ensuring your study permit aligns with updated eligibility and field of study requirements. However, if you're transferring for the winter or spring of 2025, you can still start studying while waiting for your new permit, as long as you meet the necessary conditions. 6. Updated work hours for students. During the pandemic, international students had the ability to work unlimited hours off campus, but this temporary rule ended in April 2024. Now, the pre-pandemic cap of 20 hours per week during academic terms is back. However, the good news is, starting November 15, this cap has been increased slightly to 24 hours per week. This change gives students more flexibility to earn some extra income while still focusing on their studies. 7. Changes to spousal open work permits, SOPs. Lastly, let's talk about spousal open work permits, SOPs. Starting March 19, these permits are now restricted to spouses of master's and doctoral students, and those enrolled in certain professional programs such as medicine, law, and engineering. This aligns spousal work permit eligibility with areas of high demand in the Canadian labor market. In September, further restrictions were announced, limiting eligibility to spouses of master's students enrolled in programs lasting at least 16 months. Although this change isn't in effect yet, it's clear that spousal work permits are becoming more selective. Just to conclude. 2024 has truly been a year of transformation for Canada's international student program. From stricter work permit regulations to higher financial requirements, and even changes to study permit application processes, it's clear the government is reshaping its approach to international students. These changes reflect the country's focus on sectors with long-term labor shortages and the growing demand for skilled workers. If you found this video helpful, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe to Travel Tree, and turn on that notification bell so you stay up to date with all the latest updates. And if you know someone who's planning to study in Canada, share this video with them to help them navigate these changes. Until next time, stay informed and stay safe on your journey to studying abroad.